Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Four Signs Forever. Today I have a 5v5 custom match here on the most amazing Roxas map generator. Let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. We'll start with Team 1 on the northwestern side of the map. We'll end with Team 2 on the southeastern side of the map. Taking a look at Team 1's eastern players, we have in Emerald Green, it is Glummo playing as a UEF. He is a 2100, the highest rated player on Team 1 and tied for the highest rated player overall. To his southwest, we have in Tropical Ocean Blue, it is Prugler PDM. He's playing as a Cybern. He is a 1200. Moving on to the western edge for Team 1, we have in Chevy Crimson in Regard Air Slot. It is Desert Wolf 216 playing as a Cybern. He is a 1400. In the south direction, we have in Glow in the Dark Green, it is BJR White. He's not in white, he's in Glow in the Dark Green as an Aeon as a 1300. And rounding out Team 1, we have in Ruby Red, it is the UEF of Marta 1. He is a 2000 rated. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have 2 UEF, 2 Cyberns, 1 Aeon, no Seraphims for Team 1. Taking a look at Team 2's Western players. We'll start in the southwestern edge. It is BRS DCCC 97 playing as an Aeon. He is a 2100. He is tied for the highest rated player on his team. He's also tied with Glummo and another player on Team 2 for highest rated player overall. To his east in orange color orange, it is Team 2's Tim Parader. I think I said his name right. He is a Cybern. He is a 1000 rated. Moving on to the eastern edge for Team 2, we have in Rust. It is Eyes No Good. He is a 1700. He is a Cybern as well. To the north in Pac-Man Yellow, it is Encalados. He is a UEF. He is a 1300. And rounding out Team 2, we have the Cybern in Royal Blue of Psalm 191. He is a 2100. He's tied with BRS for highest rated player on his team, and he's also tied with Glummo on Team 1 for the highest rated player overall. So there's 3 players in the game at 2100 rating and then a 2000 rated on Team 1. Which means for Team 2's faction makeup, they have 1 UEF, 3 Cyberns, 1 Aeon, 0 Seraphim, which means for the entirety of this map, there are no Seraphim players. Apologies to those who love to arrive late, but just make a grand entrance while they do so. Hopefully you enjoy the game nonetheless. And for these 10 players on the map, let's take a look at their reclaim situation. Currently sitting at 28,000 mass and reclaim, which makes the math in my head super easy. 2.8k mass per player. Definitely worth writing home about. The major clumpage of said reclaim, it's spread out along this kind of, oval-ish environment, kind of where you would expect it to be. There is some reclaim closer to Team 2 and Team 1 side of the map. There is a 900 in between the eastern and western half of Team 1. So there is a little bit of secured reclaim, but the majority of it does reside in the middle of the map. Taking a look, of course, at the mexes as well. We'll take a look at Team 1 side. There are 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Quad mex positions. Actually, no, 4 quad mex positions on the front line. And in the back line, yeah, there are some mexes. I say that's a 5-star-ish mex position there with kind of a one-off mex there. There's another set of 5-star mexes to the north. So there are some mexes to grab. We see Team 1's Desert Wolf grabbing those. So some secured reclaim, but not some secured reclaim, secured mexes for the most part. But there are some sets of mexes that players definitely want to get their hands on. In terms of the map, it's kind of not super great for land. There's definitely just a blur in the southwestern and northeastern side of the map of some little waterways. So maybe we'll see some hover action. There's not a lot of avenues for land to engage. You can maybe squeak by on the northern edge there. In terms of hover, we'd probably see something like this. But I would feel like the majority of the action is going to be happening down kind of these middle lanes here, where you would typically see large land battles. Again, hover can work. We do have Aeons in the game, but I just don't think it's going to be as impactful, especially since there's not a lot of mexes up here. There's 1 quad mex. That's it. That's all that's up there. And even in the middle of the map, there's 3 quad mexes with a couple one-offs. So there's really not a lot of mexes to grab in the middle. So players will probably be a little bit more standoffish. I would not be surprised if teams went for late game, end game stuff sooner rather than later. So I usually say about 30 or so minutes is roughly when players start thinking about it. Maybe they'll start thinking about it 25, maybe even or as early as 20 minutes. We'll just see what our players are up to at that point. Taking a look at the upgrades, we do see Stealth started for Team 2 Psalm in the East. We see T2 started for BJR. We have Gun started for Martyr 1. We have Sensor started for BRS. And we have Gun done from Temperator on Team 2. In terms of the calm distribution and where they went, we have a 2v1 scenario in the Southwest in favor for Team 2. We have a 2v1 scenario in the middle in favor for Team 2. And then we have a 2v1 scenario in favor for Team 1 on the Northeast. I think the only player for Team 1 hasn't left is Desert Wolf. Team 2, everybody has left their main base to help in the middle of the map. Sensor package started for Team 1's BGR after the T2 upgrade, and advanced range going for BRS after the range and sensor package upgrade for himself. So a little bit more vision for Team 2's side of the map. They barely don't see Martyr 1 in that nice little array of facilities there for himself. We do see Stealth is almost done on Psalm. Maybe he'll go for Gun afterwards. He'll probably go for that. He might go straight for Nano, but I feel like he might go for Gun next. It's just nice to get that extra range online sooner rather than later. Nano Repair assisted by Team 2's Eyes No Good onto Enceladus' comm. He does already have Gun on board. And we have a couple of units from Team 2's white player of BRS moving in and grabbing a couple of engineers trying to get a nice little advanced frontline facility online. Don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Again, there's more facilities here. And Martyr 1 looks like he's slowly being encroached on by Team 2. Not looking too hot. It's not terrible yet, but there is a lot of forces. And we do see some hover is being deployed to get around a little bit of forces from Team 1, at least trying to get around them. Martyr 1 is intercepting them quite nicely and not engaging yet, but kind of keeping them at bay. Calm of Temperator pushes in. And there's that gun upgrade started for Psalm in the Northeast. No gun upgrades yet for Team 1 in the Northeast. And in the middle of the map, we do see that BJR, if I can even talk correctly, pushing in down the middle. Actually not going this way, where the comms are for Team 2. He's going into this more western side. First combi come action between Martyr 1 and Temperator. It's Gun versus Gun and Nano, so in favor for Team 1 there by a large margin just because of that Nano upgrade. Temperator is dropping into the yellow as well just for a hit point count, so not looking good there. For Team 2, we do see BRS is here as well. Again, it is a 2-to-1 affair, at least in terms of that. No speed upgrade, but the advanced range is going to help keep Team 1's comm at bay, allowing Temperator to maybe go straight for Stealth and then Nano afterwards. We see some units trying to flee and get probably back to this facility, which is currently being built. We see Team 1's Desert World coming in to assist. No upgrades on board, but it will help maybe distract some shots from Team 2's commanders just to help out a little bit. Martyr 1 continuing to fall back. He's almost at 1-star vet. He probably will get to 1-star vet here very, very soon as the Aurora continue to push back, closing in on that number. Just a couple more kills, maybe even just one kill will be enough. There it is, 1-star vet. Now up to, what is that? 14,000 hit points total. That's a nice little grab there. Team 2 is going for Stealth for Eyes No Good comm. And then Gun started for Glummo in the Northeast. Missiles raining in from him, trying to harass Team 2's Eastern Front. Nano is started for Psalm 19-1. We do see some Corsairs inbound from Team 1 pushing back against BRS. That's not looking good for him. And now it's going to be Gun and Nano versus the advanced range and sensor package for Team 2. Not looking too hot. A lot of those Corsair shots do miss, so he might be able to get into the water. He needs to just walk straight in. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Aurora moving in to intercept, trying to block some pathfinding for Team 1. And Desert Wolf is getting close to the comm. Desert Wolf is going to drop maybe into the red from this. Noga is going to stay alive even longer. And he will fall into the water. Definitely good for him. He's getting a nice little PD base online with some shields and whatnot to protect himself, or soon, I would imagine. And Corsairs have been shot down. He does drop into the red just barely for a moment. He is that 1-star vet as well. Bombers inbound on the Desert Wolf's comm. Nano repair almost done on Eyes No Good comm after the stealth comm has been completed. We do see Enceladus and BJR in the pond, just, hanging out, sipping some margaritas or something, whatever they enjoy drinking. We do see Northeast Team 1's Glummo is pushing it into Psalm. Again, it's Gun Nano versus Gun. There's a pair shield that will help out a little bit, but in terms of raw damage, Team 2 will have the upper hand because of the Nano alone. And I'm just deathly afraid that somebody's going to die on the western side. We have Marta 1 still holding out. He's dropped to 50% hit points, but he is at 2-star vet now. He's probably not going to get to 3 stars unless he takes out that facility. Shield is at 5% for BRS. Needs to finish that sooner rather than later. Team 1 could easily come in and wipe him out with some Torp Bombers. And now in the east, we have Glummo not looking too hot. Again, he has kicked out Team 2's position here, but not looking good comm-wise. He's almost at 1-star vet. He probably will get it, not with this unit, but he's going to be pretty darn close. And he's going to force Team 2 to fall back. So we have a little bit of some momentum for Team 1 on the eastern side, a little bit of momentum for Team 2 on the western side. Unfortunately, though, Team 2's BRS is heavily damaged. So he's going to be in the water for a period of time. We do see Stealth started for Temperados. Probably going to go for Nano right after that, just get back up into the green. Well, not immediately, but soon rather than later. Team 1, T3 air is done for Team 1. Team 2, I would assume, yep, T3 air is done, producing some ASF. So maybe not first bomber from anybody, considering the fact that both of them went for air pretty quickly. No advantage there one way or the other, but who knows? They might deploy a nice little strap bomber. You know, who knows? We'll see. We do see a nice little radar system going to be built at some point. Glummo getting some reclaim from his adversary's position, so a nice little bit of extra mass for him. Unfortunate for Team 2, and Stealth still at 50%, and Shield almost at 50% for Team 2, so still climbing, but it is taking its time. Team 1's Marta 1 almost, no, he's not closing in on 75% yet, but he is getting back up obviously faster than normal. We do see still no change in upgrades for BJR, still sticking with the sensor package and T2 in the middle, but in the middle we do see Encalados just kind of hanging out, running around. Don't know what he's really up to yet. We do see Team 2's commander on a transport with Psalm pushing in. Glummo drops again about 50% hit points, so not really looking there. It's Gun Nano for Team 2's eyes no good. So Gun Nano, 2 Cyber and Gun Nanos. That is a lot of hit points to deal with, and when you split that with all those forces 2 ways, it's not great. Because essentially you can have one comm take all the damage and then fall back and then have the other one swap in. It's just kind of this, seesaw effect. You can really rack up the kills there when you keep swapping between the two. Shield almost done for BRS. He's back up to about 50% or so hit points, so he will be fine. He does not get Torped Bomb out of existence, which means at the lead time of 1337, nobody has died as of yet or departed or any sort of thing. Eyes no good, falling back. Glummo again only has guns, so in terms of sustain, Team 2 has the advantage. Again, less starting hit points for these two commanders, but even with just the stealth upgrade, it does give them 2,000 hit points to get up to a nice little even 12k. And then, of course, the Nano helps out considerably. And Veterancy also helps out as well. In terms of fire basing, we don't see much. Team 2 did have one base here, but it got killed off. There is one being formed here, but I don't see a whole lot. There is a missile launcher here from Team 2's BRS, so there is that Team 1 has to look out for. There's already some DMD in place, probably because Team 2 has fired stuff at him. And Glummo is in the water once again, and now his position's not looking good. Eyes no good, continuing to push. Saw him going for some Team 1 Torp launchers to say, hey, no, you stay out of the water. Looks like Team 2 is able to fire on Team 1, but he can't fire on him. That's unfortunate. Bombers inbound to thin out the PD, possibly, or just the engineers to prevent more PD from being built. That's probably what it really was. Is that a missile launcher? It was. Does not hit Team 2's commander of Eyes No Good, but that was a very short range. So, no, not close enough, but a lovely attempt, though, nonetheless. Shield started for BJR in the middle. And Encalados did push in a little bit against this position, but has now started to fall back. Another missile outbound, not able to hit the comm, but it's still a lovely attempt. He was going to lose the missile launcher anyway, so you might as well make the attempt, and maybe you get the comm, maybe you don't, and if you do, he'll probably be forced to fall back. So there is that. In terms of not hit points, in terms of mass per second, Team 1 is winning less than 100, though, so really between 5 players on Team 1, that's about 10 mass a second. It's not a whole lot of, it's something. Always something. Something is always better than nothing, but it's not much. It won't be game-winning yet or game-defining yet, but again, the trend line continues. Team 1 continues to gain the lead. Probably not. Oh, sorry, probably will, but not as of right now. Team 2 is catching up. They're now about less than 20 mass behind, so really that lead is really just nothing. Martyr 1 back up to full HP at 3-star vet. BRS back on land again, still reeling from that attack from earlier, but he's almost back up into the green. We do see Temperator pushing in only with with stealth and gun. No nano on board. Missile inbound does get shot down by a nice little buzz kill. They can really be just buzz kills, those things. And we do see a nice couple of hoplites mixed in there. No T3 tech yet, but the forces from Team 2 are pushing into the base. Not really going after the comm, going after mass. That's definitely where you should focus the firepower, at least at this stage. You kill off all the mass, or at least try to do as much as you can. It slows down production, slows down upgrades, that sort of thing, and then it makes it a little bit easier, of course, as you wipe out TMD and whatnot, to use missiles to go after more stuff from Team 1. Martyr 1 might lose his T3 land headquarters. That would definitely be unfortunate at this stage. We do see some assisting Obsidians inbound. Those heavy tanks inbound from Team 1, but they're getting blapped away by overcharges. Shield is online to protect the headquarters, and that actually might have saved it for the most part at this point. We do see Temperator could just walk in and come say hi. BRS is falling back a little bit. There's a lot of PD here being built. He might have saved that T3 land headquarters with that nice little shield. It did drop 9,000 hit points, so yes, it would have died. So nice little attention to micro there, but there's a missile inbound, and let me guess, it's inbound for the... Oh, it's going to hit the shield. That kills off the mass from the Rex there, so there's that. Oh, and Eyes No Good is defeated by Desert Wolf on the eastern side. How did he die? And I don't see... How did he die? Is there any Rex nearby that would give me any... There's a spy plane, but that doesn't do any... Corsairs, maybe? Yeah, it looks like Corsairs is what killed him off. So Team 2 loses a player. It's now a 5v4 fair in favor for Team 1 at 17 minutes. I run this way, says Prugler. Where's he going? Oh, he says I run this way. Yeah, he's like, I'm just going to go that way. Team 2 is still pushing into Glomo. Glomo is still in the yellow. He really just can't get back up into the green, can he? He's almost at 4-star vet, though, so that... Oh, ASFs probably should... Yep, they probably should move. And now we see that Salma is on double base. He might gift it over to Encalados. He might just keep it, because he's already here on the eastern side anyway, so he might as well. Western side, Team 2's comms have fallen back. They didn't kill off the T3 land headquarters. That definitely would have put Martyr 1 back considerably. And Team 2 is leading the eco game. Of course, it does help that Salm has double base, so he's able to throw a lot of mass at some stuff. But Team 1's Desert Wolf is at 233. He's the leader in mass for Team 1. And then Temperator's at 250. So Team 2 overall doing a very good job with their spamming of mexes and mass fabricators and all of the stuff. T3 air started for Temperator to help out in air. I don't see anything else from Team 2 in terms of air. Oh no, T3 air online for Team 2's Encalados, so he's going for air that way. So potentially 3 T3 air headquarters is for Team 2. Team 1 has 1. Well, T2 not going for T3 yet. That's T3 land. Yeah, it's just 1. We do see missiles continuing to rain in, but there is a nice little Monkey Lord inbound. It's going to come here and defend the western front. Definitely a good place to put it. Beef up defenses and keep Team 2 at bay, because this momentum is continuing to push. Again, the eastern side momentum was going Team 2's way, but with the death of Eyes No Good, it will maybe encourage some to fall back. We even see Encalados is falling back, given the number of forces here from Team 1. That is enough to kill him outright. Not necessarily with the forces nearby from Team 2, but just who was the comm versus the forces, that'd be probably enough. Unless the overcharges were very quick and enough to one-tap all the bricks. Even then, it would be dicey. We do see the Harbingers are getting ripped apart by the laser, the telemaser laser, or the laser, or whatever you want to call it, on board that Desert Wolf Monkey Lord. It's the same weaponry. It's a laser. It's red. It's the same weapon. Except comms strap it to their chest, which I still think is insane, but some comms strap a nuke to their backpack. So who knows? The comms are crazy in this game. BRS back up to full HP. Still no advanced shield, a heavy shield, but still just hanging out. We do see Temperator probably should go for nano at a bare minimum. Monkey Lord is going to avoid this little base. We do see forces are falling back, and all of this momentum has now been cut and is now being forced back to intercept this Monkey Lord. Again, this will probably not be a huge win for Team 1, but it will do enough to drive back the initial aggression and give them maybe time to repair, rebuild mexes, and maybe get a force to defend that Martin 1 facility. We see Shield trying to be built, more PD being built constantly. Monkey Lord probably going to go for the facilities here, but it's just the T3 land facilities. There's no headquarters here. It will cut down production on the front line, but again, it's one of those things where, yeah, you kill stuff up on the front line isn't worth the mass cost, though, is the thing, for the Monkey Lord at least. The Monkey Lord could probably fit through here, so that could be a nicer way to escape. PD still being built constantly. Harbinger still being built constantly. We have units still inbound. Now they're starting to encircle the Monkey Lord. Monkey Lord will probably get up to 3-star bit and maybe survive. We do see he's headed for the water. One of the T3 land facilities was wiped out. Not the set. Oh, almost wipes out the second one. We do see more units inbound from Temperator to intercept. Looks like the Monkey Lord is going to head southward, maybe wipe out this T1 mech. That's not really a worst case scenario to lose, to be honest. Ooh. Okay, if he goes for a laser, he has to go for cloaking because 21 minutes on the clock. Team 1's going to target him immediately. And speaking of which, even if he does go for cloaking, if he moves into range of any sort of Omni nonsense, Team 1's going to see him anyways, so probably just go for cloaking and maybe keep it for a defensive upgrade. Now the Monkey Lord probably just going to make it home. There are some mexes down here that he's probably going to go after. It looks like he's going to get there eventually, but there are some gunships hot on his tail. The AA on board the Monkey Lord is not great. It's better than some experimentals, to be fair, but not the end-all be-all. At least not one of them, of course. The AA on the experimentals really is only good for T1 units. Maybe you could argue weak stingers, an example of the chicken flak on board, because it does do pretty good against T1 bombers, and the stingers are pretty they don't have a lot of hit points on board. But pretty much everything else, the AA is not great. It's better than other stuff. It's better than nothing, but it's not the end-all be-all. You definitely want some flak or T3 mobile AA nearby to assist. Bricks are going to chase it down. There goes the Monkey Lord going straight for those mexes. It will be a loss for Team 2. Those are 4 T2 single-ring mexes. That's 36 mass a second. Definitely will cut into BRS's profits. But Team 1 is now winning the game. They have caught up and sped ahead. And so it's definitely this, again, seesaw effect of Team 1 has the lead in mass, Team 2 has the lead in mass, Team 1 has the lead in mass. There's really no leader definitive for the game, which I love to see. I love the back and forth because games that are one-sided are sometimes boring. Not always, but they are sometimes boring. Monkey Lord has emerged. It's now at 4-star bit. It won't get to 5-star from this, but it'll get close enough. And it might be sent at BRS's base. He is building a Galactic Colossus, and he built a ton of PD. So it'll do some mech damage, but probably not enough to do very much inflicting. It'll be like, oh, that's annoying. I lost a couple of mexes, but not a big deal. Still a big deal, but not a big deal. Reduce the remaining facilities for Team 1's Glomo are starting to be eliminated. And at 23 minutes on the clock, Team 1 at 1.6 and Team 2 at 1.4 mass income. Monkey Lord's still alive. He's causing some annoyance. Radar system will probably die. A couple of engineers might die. Nano repair is almost done for Temperator, and he does have the laser on board. We'll see if he goes for cloaking. He is going to go for cloaking, and we do see some assistance from BRS in that. He knows that that's going to be really nice to have. And we do see those whalers continuing to wail on that Monkey Lord. Once the Monkey Lord pops out again, it's not really going to matter. It might get maybe here if the gunships continue to just harass it. But we'll see if they continue to just sit there and just annoy that Monkey Lord literally to death. Not figuratively, literally. You just see SMD online, another Monkey Lord online for Desert Wolf. Love to see that. And he's going for gun. I don't know what he's going to do with that gun comp. Maybe who knows? Maybe he'll go for telemaser. Who knows? But he is going for gun, cloaking at 13% and climbing. Really some torp bombers should definitely be deployed against this. There is no torp defense on the Monkey Lord. It's only torpedoes, so they can fire at stuff. And the bricks do have torp defense of their own, so they're able to defend a little bit. But just get about a squadron or so of torp bombers, maybe a couple of passes. That'll be it. Dead Monkey Lord, and then you can scoop up the reclaim. That's really what you can do at that point. Either force it out of the water or kill it in the water. It's one or the other. There's really no option at that point. We do see some couple of T3 Titans and a nice little Demolisher starting to, well, demolish this position for Team 2. I do love the use of the Absolver It's not really useful for anything else other than going after shielding. You can see the shots do essentially nothing. And this one is just passively regenerating enough HP to really not be a it's not a bother. Michael Lord, it is sticking its head out. It actually could be targeted, I think, by the gunships from Team 2. They haven't engaged yet. I feel like you could be able to target that. It is popping out. Laser. It's not out of the water, so you can't use it. Oh, no, it is out of the water. Brick is eliminated. Oh, look at that. It's barely out of the water. It looked like it was still in it, but I guess not. Action is definitely slowed for the most part. In the middle, at least, there's some units starting to run around. This base being ignored by Team 2, going for this avenue. It's Percy's versus Bricks, but again, it's one of those scenarios where there's not a lot of Percy's and there's a lot more Bricks. And those Bricks are going into the water. Percy's do not have torpedoes on board. They can just go in the water and they can be transported. That's it. That's all they're known for. And a lot of damage on the single fire. Nonsense. But besides that, they can't shoot back in water, so they're just sitting ducks. Or clams, or something that sits on the bottom of the ocean. But anyway, Whalers, again, they're still going after that Monkeywood. Team 1 thinks, oh, he's going to be distracted. Nope. Whalers continue to be added to the pile, and now the Monkeywood's in the red. It's just going to be annoying. We do see ASFs are inbound. It's Gemini versus Gemini, so no faction advantages in ASF department. Attack Nuke has been started on board in Colorado, so the Billy Nuke will soon make an appearance. Cloaking is at 50%, and BRS has gone back home. And he got out of there before any sort of shenanigans happened. 50% in climbing. We'll see if it's useful. Microlord, again, still regenning, and now the gunships are like, hey, we'll come say hi. And they really want to kill off the Microlord before it goes after the comm, because it probably could stop the comms upgrade, but... Oh, it's enough to kill off the comm. Can he reclaim it while he's building the upgrade? Probably not. But the ASFs are inbound from Team 1. I saw the little missiles raining in. Those gunships do get away, and there is a FAF boy online for Marta 1. This little position for Team 2 will slowly be eradicated. 26 minutes on the clock. There is another Monkeywood. Again, probably should hand that over to Glummo so he can micro it, because that's literally in the middle of those forces. It's not like it's over here and he's doing this kind of run-by play. No, it's... Okay. Or the caster could just will it into existence. He just heard me through the ether. He's like, yeah, that is a good point. I'll just transfer it over. Boop, done. There you go. Never mind. Anyway, in terms of players left alive and everything else, Team 2 is at almost 2,000 mass. Team 1's at 1.8. Team 2 has lost the only play of the game, being Eyes No Good. Team 1 is at full strength at 5-4, so in favor for them at 27 minutes on the clock. Map control... I want to say it's in favor for Team 2, but, I mean, this section of the map is pretty much useless. This section of the map is pretty much useless. The middle of the map is... No one's really caring about it. There is a little bit of running around for Team 2, but nothing's there to secure it, so... I'll say maybe 55-45 in favor for Team 2, but not by... It's really not by much. It really isn't. Gunships, again, are being shot at by Team 1. A little bit AA nearby. I think it's not just the Monkeywood. There might be a... flak or two. Yeah, there's a flak or two mixed in. And look, and there's some bouncers. No, those aren't bouncers. Those are spearheads. Never mind. There are some Corsairs that definitely did not have a fun time and are being shot at by missiles from the Whalers. But the Whalers have a bigger target in mind. The group of Percys, Team 2 shadowing those gunships just in case Team 1 wants to come say hi. And they say, no, we're good. Juliet started on Glummo's comm in the north in the water. Definitely a smart move there. 75% in climbing. We see engineers from BRS scooping up the wreck there. And following it most likely into GC production. Oh, he's going an eye. Okay, he's building an eye. That's nice to have. Nice little vision intelligence gathering. It's like having a laser in the sky, except it doesn't have a laser. And it's not in the sky. It's on the ground. So it's nothing like a laser. But it just has a, circle of vision. That's about it. And it costs power to change the location. Second Fat Boy online, third Fat Boy has been started. Ravagers being added to the mix. That T3 landed court is really putting a thorn in Team 2's side over here. Again, Team 1 is still on the defensive, so they are getting some reclaim because Team 2 is coming to them instead of Team 1 going to them. There are some air scouts getting a little bit of some intelligence. but they're going to be wiped out of the skies pretty quickly because they are just air scouts and not spy planes. But even then, they still get wiped out. We do see Galactic Colossus being built by Team 1's BJR. We have another Monkey Lord here for Desert Wolf, and Laser started for him. He wants to probably build it while he has the mass and power, because the worst thing is if you're an air player, or just in general, if you have the mass and power and then you don't use it, and then you want to build a telemaser and then you just don't have it, it's going to take forever. You're like, well, I should have built that sooner, and then the game's over. So build it sooner, have it just in case you need it, because if it'd be better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, as the saying goes. We do see cloaking and laser and gun is online for Temperator. Again, there are some Omni sensors, not necessarily nearby. I think there was one here, at least I thought there was, but there is one back here for Desert Wolf. This is the range. This is what he can see. The Chevy Crimson Ring is the Omni. It's not a full 20 by 20 map. You know, you can see the northern and southern edge, so it's probably about a 15 to 16. So it's not too big, but it's also not too small. I think it's definitely a good size for a 10-player game. 7-player, it's not 7-player, 14-player game, I think it would definitely be small. 16-player, most definitely. You really want the full 20 by 20 for those big player maps. But to be fair, there are more dead mexes for Team 1, so that's more mass being lost. But they are getting some reclaim from the wrecks from Team 2, so it's not terrible, it's not great, just not a good scenario all around, though. Endpoint unit to Martyr 1 looks like maybe trading over some GC. Yeah, the GC got handed over. I was going to say probably handing over experimentals or engineer or something. We do see mexes being pointed out by somebody on Team 2 saying, hey, upgrade those. And artillery has been thought about for Team 2 is at 30 minutes. So there is that. Nothing being built in the background for Team 1. And I don't see anything else. They set more P-gens, probably more mass fabs, and of course more experimentals. Fat Boy slowly pushing into Team 2's territory once again. I do find it funny that all of these bricks are just sitting on top of where Guys No Good died. It's not a great place to sit, but you know, trying to honor his memory. We do see some torp bombers going after the monkey wood that was kind of just left there. The one that was handed over to Glummo. Actually, no, that's not Glummo's. That is BJR. Is that BJR's? No, that's Glummo's. Okay, it just looked like it was glow in the dark green from the angle that I was sitting at. Billy Nuke gonna land right in the middle. It looks like it actually got shot down for a second, but boom, wipes out those mechs. It's not terrible because they were all T1s, but it's still 8 mass a second. It still makes a difference. And it does, of course, increase the veterancy for Team 2's Enceladus, who's already at 5-star vet, so it doesn't do any more anyway. So, 2 monkey lids on the front line for Perugla PDM. Fat Boy also nearby for Glummo. We do see more mass fabs, more RAS, more RAS, more RAS, more RAS, and then, of course, as always, more RAS. Western side, a monkey lord pushing in, 2 GCs. We do see GC from Team 2, so it's even a fair that way. The only thing is Team 2 has to face off against the monkey lord, not monkey lords, but the Fat Boys. But I feel like this would be a good opportunity for the cloaking laser comm of Temperator to come and say hi. There is that same attempt by Desert Wolf to go in around, and that might actually work again because Team 2 is pushing in. The Fat Boys probably need to fall back. There's a lot of shielding here for Team 2, so those Harbingers are getting close within range of the GCs. I will note the 2 GCs from Team 1 are targeting the same thing. Team 2 is not targeting the same thing, so they weren't able to target priority or focus on one target, then move to the other one. So both of them are damaged, but now it's just not looking at the GC's probably trying to try to get out of range. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but this GC will die most definitely. And all the shielding is down from Martyr 1 besides, of course, the Fat Boy shielding. The GC is barely alive. Molecular wipes out all the stuff back here, so no production facilities for Team 2. And there's Temperator's comm pushing him with the cloaking and laser comm. Team 1 has no idea he's there, even though you can kind of see the footsteps if you zoom in. You can see the little dust particles. There's the laser opening up. This one you want to target first. Oh, ground fire. You gotta move, gotta move, gotta move, gotta move, gotta move. Oh, and that is the thing, is you can ground fire the laser on board, or the comm, because, the laser is coming from somewhere. Fat Boy, 1 GC is dead, so hey, a little bit of revenge for Team 2 there. He does drop about 8,000 hit points. He did get up to Was that 3-star bet? Yeah, it's 3-star bet. They're kind of blending in with the environment. And another explosion, another Billy Nuke preempts the attack from Team 2. Monkey Lord's falling back, going underneath shield covers to protect himself, especially with the Percies that can, let's say, one-tap, but you get enough of them, and yes, you can one-tap. You just have to get them to all fire at the same time. Team 2 doesn't really have anything nearby. There is a Megalith inbound, but 2 GCs plus a Monkey Lord plus 2 fatties. The Calm is back in the water. He's back up into the yellow. He's probably going to intercept the Monkey Lord. It's at 3-star vet. Now that I can actually see the veteran seek, it's the darker background. And the bricks are moving into range of the Fat Boy. Fat Boy is producing engineers. Interesting thing to produce on its back, but it is producing units, so some players don't build them. So anything on the back, so I do love at least something's being built, which is better than nothing. We do see pings going down from Team 1 saying, hey, I think we see him. Yeah, they definitely see him, to be honest. And now the Monkey Lord going to sit in the water. You could easily just fly a spy plane over and then just hover it over, and then it would see it, and then you would just wipe out the Calm that way. You could do that. If Team 2 is thinking about it, they might. Sorry, Team 1's thinking about it, they might do that. We do see the Rasp Boys are being assailed by the brick wall conga line of the just nonsensical. Look at all these bricks that are just kind of being confined. That's the problem with tight environments like this is, yeah, you can get them through, but when you go at 1 or 2 at a time, it does not go well. ASFs are having a nice little disagreement about color scheme, and that's not great. They don't go in, but they're going after Glummo's Calm again. He has the shield on board, so it does save his life, at least temporarily. And Team 1 is going to lose him. Some ASFs and gunships were killed in that explosion, but not great. The Monkey Lord going to go after those mexes once again. There's a bunch of PD here, but the Monkey Lord is back up into the green. There probably won't be enough. Team 2 probably actually doesn't see him, to be honest. Oh, they see him now, and the PD now moving into turning into fire at the Monkey Lord. It will take a chunk of hit points out, but the Monkey Lord will be this. That's fine. Back up to the north. Bricks are invading Glummo's base. ASFs have won the fight, so Team 2 not great on the micro there. Don't know what the ASF count was before or after, but this brick invasion is brutal. Team 1 is losing mass hand over fist. It's 2.7 to 2.3. And now Billy Nuke's landing in the middle of GCs and Fat Boys and whatnot. Everything is falling back. Team 2 has to pull back and retreat. There's a lot of inbound firepower. They need artillery. They need shields. T2 artillery. They need T2 artillery. They need shields. They need PD. All this stuff. When I say artillery, I think for the most part I refer to T3 or T4, but they need T2. There are Monkey Lords chasing down the brick walls. And that's a brick house. That's not brick walls. That's a house. That's a couple of houses. Ooh, that's not great. Bricks in the mass fab farm. Oh, Ravagers. Team 1 PD going to be built. That's going to cascade. That's not going to be fun for those engineers. Oh, one blows up. Oh, there's the cascade. Everything but a Ravager survives, and then that doesn't even survive. And look at this just cleansing wall from Team 2. It's just, okay, now that's gone, and we'll keep moving, and now like that's gone, and then we'll keep moving, and now that's gone, and looks like it's being stopped now for the most part, but that's a lot of stuff. That's a whole player's main base plus extra being lost. So Prugler was at double base, and now he's pretty much at single base at this point. Those bricks are continuing to move. The Monkey Lord will close off this avenue. It looks like the bricks... they do see Prugler's Calm. They're going after P-gens. Some bombs definitely don't help, but they wipe out most of the bricks, so I think some forgiveness will be had between the players there, but it stops the attack for the most part, so hey, there's that. Team 1, are you building anything in the background? Just more bombers, ASFs, that sort of thing. Another Billy Nuke lands. Just thinning out the hit points as much as possible. We have PD being pointed out by BJR, talking about this one. And there's the Monkey Lord from the west, continuing to just dominate this position for, or actually I should say against BRS. And oh, there goes Team 2's BRS. He was standing in the midst of that engagement. I didn't even recognize that he was there, but he was there. So Team 2 loses another player. 5-star vet for the Monkey Lord. It will die shortly. There's tons of PD here. So really, BRS could have just fallen back, maybe held up in this position, or even just made some distance, and that would have probably been enough. But it is now a 4-to-3 player game, still in favor for Team 1 at 37 minutes on the clock. We do see GC holding out against a somewhat smaller brick wall. Ooh, nice fatty grab by Team 2's Encalados from that Billy Nuke. We do see Strat Bombers are going after his location. They found out where he was. They saw the engineers, or maybe they just saw the comm sitting under the water. But only one payload drop, which I think is kind of weird. Do they know he's actually there? Oh no, they don't. No, they know he's there. It just seems weird that only one bomb dropped. It seems a little weird. Team 1 still wins the air fight. How many ASFs is that ahead? 100 plus. That is air dominance. Actually, nah, it's not air. That's air supremacy. Sorry, that's air supremacy. Not we own air or they own air, but closing in on it. Brick wall's now moving into the Monkey Lord. That Monkey Lord will take down a couple of bricks, but it will die. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And those bricks are probably going to grab that ice cream sandwich as well. Gunships being thrown together to deal with the but the heavily damaged Billy Nuke GCs. Artillery piece online for Team 2. It's targeting Martyr 1's base. He has lost a chunk of his base though, so he's building more fatties and more shielding to protect himself. There is a Megalith just newly minted, heavily damaged already though, so not going to last much longer. There's one GC. This one, again, it can do 100% of the damage, even at 1% health. There's a veterancy for him. He survives a little bit longer. Fat Boy inbound from the east to assist from Encalados. There is a GC. 2 GCs, they need to be transferred over to somebody or be used or one thing or the other. Because now the fatties are closing in on the artillery position for Team 2. There's more SACUs. They are RAS presets, but they are something, which is better than nothing. And that Corsair just got absolutely annihilated. And is that GC just going to stomp on SACUs? I mean, you can do that. You just got to watch out for the AoE explosion that they do produce. It's not big, but it is something. And we do see more SACUs coming in from the west. They're going after the fatties. That's definitely a good move there, going after the more weaker, more annoying unit to deal with. We do see the GC going after the shield emplacements. More shields are being built. Oh, it's not going to be enough. The P-gens have been targeted. That's one P-gen. Kills off some shielding. And there's the artillery. That's down. One fatty is down. Second one about to fall. This fatty will die for Team 2, though. And Billy Nuke is inbound. I don't think the Fat Boy will move. It's 2 GCs. The 2 GCs. That GC's now dead. And that GC's going to die. That GC's definitely going to die, even though it's at 5-star vet. Again, these GCs have done very well for itself. The bombers, not really useful at that point. There's the Billy Nuke lands. Kills off the Fat Boy. That's the other ignoring experimental Team 2 had to deal with. Now that's gone. There's one fatty back there, but does give some time to build some stuff for Team 2 defensive-wise. Ooh, teleporter start for Team 1's Desert Wolf. So he is going for something. He's going for bugs. Not a fan of the bug, but hey, it is an experimental for a reason. Artillery has been done for Prugler. So it was 1-1, I think, at some point, but now it's 1-0. Unless Team 2 is building anything crazy over here. No. No. Oh, the air grid. Ooh. Ooh. That is unfortunate. T3 area quarters, I guess, survived or was newly minted or both. And yeah, there were some strats, and that probably wasn't front. I did miss that. Apologies, but oofta. Grabs that T3 mech. Nice grab there. Wrapping up more mass income for Team 2. It is still 2.7 to 1.9, so theoretically, or roughly, if Team 2 continues to produce this way, they will obviously outproduce Team 1. Don't know what they're going to do with all that mass, but if they put it into the right investment, they're going to make a lot of people happy with their investments, especially themselves. Rebuild, says Encalados, talking about the artillery. The wreck is still there, so it would help rebuild it quicker. Fat Boy is falling back. We do see a couple of just mass fabs. Again, that's, what, 11 mass a second? So, you know, that's unfortunate, but it's not a terrible loss. It's not even a T3 mech. It's barely more than a T2 mech single ringed. Not even double ringed, just single ringed. And teleporter almost done for Desert Wolf. Temperator, Fields, and Experimental. Looks like it was handed over to him. That would make sense. Where's his comm? His comm's back here. Completely didn't even notice that BRS's comm was there, but it was there. I just didn't even notice it. It can be there on screen and I can still miss it. I can still miss the kill. So there is that. Don't know what the artillery from Team 1 is targeting at this point. It is 41 minutes on the clock and climbing. feel like for the most part the action has kind of died down a little bit. There is some GC Fat Boy action down here in the south. There are some Percys pushing in. Fat Boy cleaning the way up a little bit. Takes out the shielding for the Fat Boy. That makes it an easy engagement for Team 2's Fat Boy. That Fat Boy is not going to have a fun time at all, as that's getting closer and closer, and the GCs are getting closer. And yep, there goes that fatty. Oh look, there's a bug. A bug has appeared in the tall grass. Team 1 trying to get some spam facilities for engineers for reclaim purposes, but good luck with that. Team 2 and Team 1 have a total of oh my goodness, 600,000 mass closing in. Oh, Team 2's Enceladus is defeated by Desert Wolf. Ouch. Oh, talking about that. But I have no idea. How did he get hit by... What did he... Did he get telemetered? No, because he's still being... What did he die from? No. Did he get missile redirected? Oh, that would have sucked. Maybe? I don't see any... No, there's a... No, it's not a... That's a gunship. I don't see how he died. Oh, there is. I guess that's a couple strat. Okay, he might have just got stratted. Okay, that makes more sense. But still, he dies off, which means it is now a 4v2 in favor of Team 1. It's a 2-1 game. GCs in the south are being annihilated by bugs and other T3 gunships. Dawn builds another experimental. And we do have satellites online for Team 1. So is that UEF doing UEF things? That is definitely UEF doing UEF things and more UEF things. So more UEF things for Team 1. We do see the sprinkler, the watering can is coming online for Team 2. Team 1 is also building their own, but a lot more engineers and very much more explosive nearby. Looks like you could have built artillery, but went, I'm just going to build artillery, but it's mobile. And it's rapid fire, apparently. Teleporter almost done. He's building both at the same time. It still has power, which is definitely impressive. He has a lot of power to play with, jeez. And he's doing both. Usually the teleporter is just super power hungry, but hey, more power to him, literally, if he's able to do both at the same time. Second artillery started in the same spot as the first one, just slightly over. Gonna share a P-gem, but that's about to get another Monkeloid. So all of these Monkeloids running around for Team 1. We've had one kill. Nope, that's the wrong place. One kill here from that Monkeloid. We've had some annoyances from a different Monkeloid over here. And that one, I don't know if that went anywhere over here. It probably did. Probably fell back or something, but I think it died. I don't know. And we had the brick wall from Team 2. So we had a lot of back and forth from both teams. So love to see the games that are just, again, not one-sided with the entire match or most of the match. Ooh, mass fabs being grabbed. Nice grab there from the satellite. Nice little chain reaction there. Kills off a ton of mass. Again, it's one per mass fabricator, but when you also kill off the mass storage, it does reduce the income of all the mexes nearby it anyways. So it's like you're killing off more mass. And that, my good man, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a conga line of GCs. I should figure out a name. What is it? A thrall of Colossi? Maybe it's something to do with like Colossus from, maybe myth or something, to a name of that. I don't know. No one. A no one of GC. Who hurt you? No one. That's anyway. GCs from Team 1 and a Megalith. So if you add the Megalith in there, it's about even-ish. The Fat Boy has been dealt with from Team 1. It's only 2 Cybrans remaining. And there are bricks inbound. There are Megaliths inbound. There are Fat Boys inbound. Are there Percys inbound? There are Percys inbound. There's a lot coming Team 1's way. ASF's not that... looks like not that many, but definitely some. Another bug and another bug and more gunships. Another satellite. That's number 3 online for Team 1. Still producing... Where did they lose their Scathos? I think they did. I think they lost their Scathos. I think it was right about there. And it's dead, so Team 2 not going for Game Ender now because it was denied. Air grid being re-expanded upon. Team 2, he's going for any... Oh, artillery in the east. Okay, 46 minutes on the clock. There's still some things going for Team 2's way this way. But again, I think the main momentum is this. If this can crash into this position, Team 1 might have enough time to, bear up defenses to maybe protect this. They might lose it, but they might cut it off. If Team 2 can get right, if Team 2 can get right about there, they will kill off that Scathus if they haven't already seen it already. No, they have no idea it's there. But once it starts firing, then they know it exists. That's why it's nice to have those Novaxes for visual contact purposes. We do see Monkeywood in the northeast just, again, harassing some spy planes. Water spy. It's like water monkey, but not. It technically is a spider monkey, to be fair. It's a spider monkey lord. Sorry, it's a monkey lord, it's a spider bot. Nah, it's close enough, spider monkey. Close enough. We do have 1, 2, 3 megawatts, 3 monkey lords, 1 badly damaged, and 1 GC. We have 1, 2, 3 2 fatties, 4 megas, 1 being reclaimed, and the fatties are slowly whittling down that megawatt's health. 47 minutes on the clock and climbing -1. -1 on the steam speed. We love to see that. That means a lot of stuff is happening. That's, oh my goodness, the reclaim. It was 600 plus thousand. Oh, please tell me it's a million. Oh, no, it's not. It's actually way less. It's 48 by 480,000, which means Team 1 and Team 2 have reclaimed over a million. At least there's that. A million mass reclaimed by both teams. So much mass, and the least amount of mass reclaimed is Team 1's Ezreal, if that makes sense, because he's back building stuff. Another artillery online for Team 1. This time it's online for BJR. Second artillery is almost done, so we have 3 artillery soon to be online. Sorry, we have 3 artilleries already online. 4th one is coming online. The Scathus is now done, raining in on somebody's position. Probably the air grid would be my guess. No. It's going for this position. Another set of air grid. Oh, that's actually not wrong. There is an air grid over here. Not gonna be a fun day for Team 2. Artillery is almost done. Where is your shield? Where is your shield? It's gonna get wiped out immediately if Team 1 sees it. When, not if, when they see it. First megalith is down. That's unfortunate. That's a lot of firepower to be wiped out. And definitely don't land your air forces next to or within Fatboy range. That's not a good idea. Satellite going after... Nope, not going after Temperators Come. He should see him, to be honest, because of the satellite. The fact that it has cloaking on... Not cloaking, but Omni on board is... I think it's a little OP to have Omni. I mean, you do have the eye that... I think it's just vision. It's not, it's not Omni capable. It's just vision. We do see, I was going to zoom out to go look at it, but no, there is a fight. There's 2 fatties, there's 3 megas, 4 megas, and 1 Monkeywood is dead, 1 mega is dead. Monkeywoods have to move a smidgen closer. Brick starting to swarm that GC. That GC is dead. A lot of AAPD, says BJR. Another Monkeywood is dead. And that Monkeywood is about to die here shortly. Megawatts are getting veterancy very quickly here from Team 2. We have Percy's running into that Megawatt saying, stop, don't go forward. We have more Percy's heading westward, intercepting whatever's down there. We have a bug inbound. We have 2 bugs inbound, but that's a lot of AA. And some gunships to boot. Those bouncers are not going to have a fun time. Fatboy will probably die, at least at a bare minimum. If not, a second one will die. And Megalith is going to go down. I heard an explosion somewhere. No idea what it was. SACU probably died somewhere. No idea where it was, but I'm going to go back to this. Satellite doing stuff on Team 2 side of the map, going after air grid and whatnot. We have 3 megas versus 1. Megas are getting overpowered considerably faster. Everything experimental is dead for Team 1 on the ground. The bugs still holding their own or trying to stay alive. Gunships going after the mobile artillery nonsense Fatboy ice cream machine thing. There's just so many bouncers here from Team 2. They're going after everything in the air. We have more units going down the north. Again, it's kind of like a deja vu going on this way. The cleansing of Golomo's old base is happening, I think, a second time now to Prukler. Megalith is online for Team 1 and a Monkey Lord, so we have more experimentals online for Team 1. We have more experimentals coming online for Team 2. Closing in. Airfight happens again. And how good is it? Is it going to be bad? Good? Bad? We have Megalith focusing on Megalith. There is that Monkey Lord there. Probably should focus on that. It's going to do more damage than the Megalith, to be honest. At least DPS per second. Or DPS per second. That's like per second per second. It's like acceleration. Anyway. We have bugs going to be focused by the air. I don't think Team 2 cares because they're going to lose air anyways. There's one bug. There's the other bug. There's a dead Megalith. There's a Megalith that's still alive. And that Monkeywood's now dead. We have 2 over here. These ones are getting bedded up quite nicely. These two fat boys somehow still alive. This one somehow very much still alive. Somehow ASF have been cleaned out by Team 1, but is the damage too late to mitigate the base for Pugler? Not looking good. We have more inbound. It's just not having a fun time. There's an explosion from a P-Gen. Almost wipes out that Percy. Percy got some vet, but that Percy got some vet. That Percy might not live much longer. That's here placed as Desert Wolf. He's probably saying come back. No, he's going after the that air grid. We do see Scathus back online once again, or at least trying to be built again. It's half done. 51 minutes on the clock. Artillery is dead. Second one now was newly minted, is now going to die. Team 1 still has their one down here. Second one has been started. And we have a Megalith now from Desert Wolf, but we have another one that's being started. Again, focus on the one that's alive first, and then focus on the one that is going to come up, because this one's doing DPS, this one is not. So if you kill this one, then you can get free damage onto that, and then eventually maybe that one does a couple of shots, but that one dies. But nope, they're going after this one first. Yeah, there's even circles from Enchilada's like, hey, go after that first, then go after that one. But anyways, that Megalith is still alive. Is that 5-star vet, which means it has 50% more hit points, which for 110,000 is a lot. It's 55,000 extra hit points. It is incredible the amount of hit points these Megaliths can have. We do see AA cleaning up the Restorers. Restorers, again, not known for their air-to-ground weaponry. They're known for their air-to-air. And since Team 2 isn't really deploying air units, it's fine. It's better than nothing, but it's not great. And look at that. Yeah, there's some remnants of some engineers. Yeah, there's that stuff up there, but that's not super important. Look at this. I can't stop this. There's Desert Wolf. He put everything into that Scathus. He has laser and cloaking, not cloaking, but teleporter on board, donut online, artillery still targeting down here, and there's 2 satellites targeting that. All of its focus. I don't think Team 1 knows about the no, they know they're shielding, they just don't know what it is. And it's almost done. Team 2 is going to have a game ender of their own. And those Megaliths are inbound. And there's one Megalith. That one's trying to fall back to stay alive. Newly fresh minted ones are coming on the scene. We have more Restorers inbound. There's tons of bouncers still here. We have a Megalith going westward. It looks like maybe going for that base. We have Prugler over here. He probably should fall back. He's going to get intercepted. And now we have the Scathus focusing on the land army from Team 2. Again, to be fair, large groups of units are very much a nice target for Scathus fire, but you have to actually hit the same target at least a couple of times to actually kill it, depending on the target. Sometimes it's a lot more than that. We have more bouncers down here. Again, bouncers can fire at ground targets just like sirens, just like anything else like that, but not a lot of damage in terms of the air to ground, or actually it's just ground to ground. We do see satellite over top. Hopefully it's focusing on the weaker Mega. Yep, it is. Okay, good. It probably needs one more full charge to kill it off. Oh, okay, there's 2 more. Never mind. That's me enough to kill off that Mega. It's still alive, though. 125 hit points a second. It's still alive, just barely. Look at that thing. Just will not die. E-Please says Desert Wolf. Strap Bomber's going after the Megalith. There's bouncers covering it, so it takes a shot and goes, nah, it's fine. That Megalith, oh, it's finally dead, but it did its job. It took out this huge section of the map, or helped take out that huge section of the map. We have bricks inbound following the Megalith. Some bouncers are being taken out, and that is not looking good. Team 1 trying to get something online for defense on the ground. PD, Monkey Lord, something. 6 satellites focusing on fatties, and at this point, it's not the fatties, it's the Megas. That's the problem, especially this one up here. This one is inbound. And unfortunately for Team 1, they might get a Monkey Lord on time if they don't focus on it, focusing on the Mega, though. We have those bricks inbound. Bricks are heading northward. There's some PD being built by Prugler just to defend, but there's 2 comms over here, one for Marta 1 and one for Prugler. They're hiding in the water. I don't know if the bricks are going to go after him or not. Use it, says Prugler, talking about the donut, I presume. There's the Megalith that's going after that Scathus. It's going after the shielding. Has to, chew through that shield grid first. And Monkeywood is minted, so let's get some defenses online. We have bricks to the north moving in after those comms. And that Megalith is probably just going to stomp that Scathus to death, quite literally. And lots of engineers dying, not awake, but because of this brick wall. the bricks wiped out the megalith that was trying to be built. Shields are coming offline. That Scathus is now no longer among the living. There he goes. Where'd the calm go? Oh, he's down here in the southeast. He got torp bombered by Team 2 Psalm. I saw him way too late. I went, way to go. Ground fire artillery here says Desert Wolf. Probably talking about the calm. And to the north, we have Bricks going after Martyr 1's calm. That's not great. Martyr 1 gets out of the water to get out of range. And just we'll see if they chase him. Oh, they're going to chase him. And the remaining forces from Team 2, at least in the base ones belonging to Desert Wolf, are now eliminated. Martyr 1's like, get away from me, but they're chasing him, and there's too much firepower. Team 1 just does not have enough firepower, defense, or anything, and there he goes. So there goes Team 1's Martyr 1. Team 2 has killed off 2 players, and now it's an even game, 2-2. Scathus fire raining now on the Novaxes. And now it's just Team 1's BJR and Prugler. Prugler is running away. I mean, he has to. Either he dies by torpedoes or he dies by brick fire. And there he goes. He's killed off by Team 2. And now it is just Team 1's BJR remaining. And he teleports everything out of there and says, nope, see you all, bye. And that is the game here, ladies and gentlemen. 55 minutes and 51 seconds on the clock. Team 2 wins the game. And honestly, I was kind of surprised that Team 2 won the game here. Even though the initial land invasion you would have thought would have prepped Team 1's defenses enough to deal with the everything going on, but no. Look at all the satellites. But there wasn't really much Team 1 could do at this point. You still had a land invasion inbound. You had a Scathus online. You had megaliths and everything else from Team 2 just charging forward. You did have a donut and tons of satellites, but the satellites were currently being shot up by Scathus fire, so not great. And it just was again, sometimes when you pivot to game ender tech and whatnot, you kind of maybe forget about the land, and Team 2's like, well, we'll take that advantage and just shove it in Team 1's face. And if there was maybe a couple more experimentals, maybe more bombers, something, maybe it would have been enough to at least protect the Scathus, and maybe it would have been a longer game. But I do think wiping out 1 base, 2 base, 3 base, 4 was detrimental enough in terms of eco. And then at that point, there just wasn't much remaining. But thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. MVP, in my opinion, probably just goes to Team 2 Psalm just because of that huge land invasion. The first one was great. The second one was even better. So again, thanks so much for watching to the very end of the video, and I will see all of you in the next one.